What's up, YouTube, man? Welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, my name is JR, and I did 10 years in the Georgia Department of Correction, man. And I share prison stories, man. I let y'all know what was going on while I was behind them walls. Now, this story today, man, this took place when I was at Smith, man, down there on that south side in that G building. Real gladiator school, man. That dorm was real gladiator school. So come on, man, let me take y'all to the dorm, show y'all how this went down. I gotta tell y'all, when I first went to Smith, man, everything was, was smooth. That dorm was crazy rough, man. You see a lot of these dudes, a lot of them on a dirt bike. 90% of the dorm is on a dirt bike. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't used to this type of stuff, it'll take you a while to see who's on it and who ain't on it, man. Some people, they sneaking and geeking. When I say that, they hiding, they doing it. They ain't out front like how a lot of people is, man. So me and Bill was in the room for a little minute, and what happened was, it was something with the rooms. Like, they came in there checking rooms because bro wasn't assigned to that room. He was assigned to another room. But it was another GD dude that was assigned to my room. And he was somewhere else. So anyways, he got caught up with the officer as far as they was doing roster check and stuff like that. And bro had to go to his right room, and they moved little Cordell in there. You know what I'm saying? He was from Cordell, Georgia. They moved little Cordell in there. Cordell come in there. It's cool, man. He all right. You know what I'm saying? He's just a young dude. As a matter of fact, he had got transferred with us from Riverbend. He hadn't been locked up for a while, man. He probably been in chain gang probably like 2 months. He was just wild, and he was just off the chain. And then this dorm, he's like a little kid, man, young kid, 18 years old, man, off the chain, just bouncing off the walls, all the energy in the world. And me and him in the room, man, for like a couple days, you know, he GD, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff going on in this dorm. You hear dudes, they making tools and stuff all day, bro. You hear dudes banging on beds, tearing metal apart, all this type of stuff. This is all you hear going on. The Hispanics, they next door. They got, you know what I'm saying? They got, that's all you hear, bro. They got real machine shop over there, bro. Sharpening tools and making tools and stuff like that, bro. So after a while, I kept seeing Cordell. He always bring metal to the room, bro. Like pieces of metal. Big ass pieces of metal, bro. Just in the box. So I'm like, bro, what's up with this dude, man? I said, bro, what you got going on? He's like, man, I'm just holding this for the G's, man. I'm just holding it for the G's and stuff like that. So I'm like, bro, this dude here got to be off the chain, man. Ain't no way you just let these folks goddamn just using you like that. You know what I'm saying? Or he just wanted to be used because he wanted to show his loyalty to the GDs, you know. But they telling him, like, you know, hold on to this in your box. So I'm like, bro, you know, if these folks come in here now, you got to take full responsibility there. He's like, man, you ain't got to worry about that, Jamaica. You ain't got to worry about that. But I was in concern of him, bro, because he ain't try to hide this stuff, even though he probably can't hide this stuff, bro. This man might have 15 to 20 pieces of metal, bro, in his room. Sometimes you see him come in the room, he'll take a piece out, carry it down there. I guess they get the sharpening it and doing all that other type of stuff, bro. When they tear some more metal off, bro, boom, they get to him. He wrap it up in one of his state shirt, and he just put it in his locker box. Mind you, he don't have nothing in his locker box, bro. It don't be nothing in his locker box, bro. They be coming through for inspection. He just be having that stuff wrapped up. I be like, little bro, what if these folks just go inside your locker box? He's like, man, they ain't gonna go in there. They ain't gonna go in there. I was like, man, you need to tighten up, man. So I knew one of the GDs in the dorm, man, a real senior dude in the dorm. I pull up on him. I was like, man, you need to tell little bro to tighten up. He like, what you mean? I was like, man, little bro got all these pieces of metal just in his box, bro. He's like, nah, man, I'm goddamn handle that, Jamaica. I didn't know that was going on. I know little bro goddamn, you know, he came in the dorm and he, you know, he GD, rock with the gang or whatever like that. I'm like, bro, go to the room and look. He's like, man, say no more, bro. You ain't got to goddamn tell me. I already believe what you said. So I'm like, all right, bro. Bro, I done straighten that out, you know what I'm saying, bro? I ended up moving all that stuff out the room and stuff like that. But like I said, little Cordell, he was off the chain, bro. He was wild. So him and the police end up getting into it one night, bro, for count time. They're running count. And you know, if this in chain gang, bro, this is one of the most important things in chain gang, count time. Guys will tell you, hey, man, give him their count, man, and let him go. Let him go out the door. But he was playing around during count time, bro, and they ended up calling the lieutenant on him. Lieutenant ain't want to hear nothing when Lieutenant come down there. He's like, nah, LT, I was going to my door, man. She was just tripping. LT was like, look, man, I ain't playing no type of games. Pack your stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's like, they ain't going to do me like that. Pack it up. I was like, damn, bro, they packed him up. Boom, 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 packed this stuff up. Sent to the hole, bro, that night. Right after 9 o'clock count. And I was like, damn, you see that? And they had just moved that stuff out of his room a couple days ago, bro. If them folks that came in, they're going to be like, what you doing with all this metal in here, bro? But everybody was getting ready, like they were getting ready for real war, bro. This is how this dorm is. Real Thunderdome. everybody is strapped in there. If they ain't strapped, they getting strapped, bro. And I'm like, man, this kind of crazy. So anyways, bro, I had no roommate for about 3 days, bro. Anyways, they ended up bringing some people out the hole. The hole was actually on the south side from the compound. You got the south and you got the north side. On the south side, I told you it was one active building. Then you had J building and the H building. One was the tier program building and one was the regular hole, just two sides. And the tier program had two sides, J1, J2, H1, H2 the hole. So you see these guys coming around. It's like about 3-4 of them guys. They bring them in there, bro. And they actually brought this little blood dude. Cause when he came in there, instantly I seen him. So woo, he doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Black, throwing up the bees and doing all that type of stuff. And he ended up coming to my room, bro. Coming to my room. He was pretty cool. When he came up there, he's like, man, what's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? He's like, my name Rich, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's like, what going on? He's like, you homie? I was like, nah. He's like, what you is? I said, shit, bro, I'm Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? He's like, okay. He said, he like, you ain't affiliated? I was like, hell nah, bro. He's like, man, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. He's like, man, shit, bro, I be cooling, bro. I be chilling, man. I just be trying to holler at the females and do all that type of stuff. So I'm like, that's what's up, though, bro. So, you know, he was telling me like he been down there for 2 years. He was like, man, this some BS, bro. He was like, how long you been down there? And I was telling him. And he was like, man, you got to get to that north side of the compound, bro. He's like, man, the south side ain't talking about nothing. He said, when you on the south side, it's pretty much dead. Everything on the north side. So if you trying to get your little hustle on and all that type of stuff, he's like, man, the north side is better. He's like, man, I don't think I'm going to be in this dorm too long. He's like, man, I hate G building. I hate coming over here. Don't know females be coming over here to work like that all the time. They send these old busted females. And that's all that they had over there. All the young females and stuff, they not coming over here to work, bro. These are the trenches over here. You know what I'm saying? Every chain gang, you're going to have some dorms just like the trenches. And these was the trenches over here, bro. Dudes just chain ganging. That's all that's going on around here. So anyways, bro, he be in the room and he pretty cool, bro. He pretty all right. So one day now, the officer came in the dorm, bro, and it was like, man, lockdown, maintenance gonna come and do some work in here. And usually when maintenance come around, you know, they do all that stuff, bro. If your toilet clogged up, they come around and this. If your sink ain't working, they come around and fix it. The lock on the door messed up. Anything, bro. The maintenance man is gonna come around, but guess who's doing the work? The inmate. You know what I'm saying? Those who are on that maintenance detail. And it's pretty hard. If you've been in chain gang, bro, that's probably one of the hardest detail to get on, bro, is the maintenance detail. So anyways, bro, she like, man, y'all lockdown or whatever like that. Boom, I go in the room. She walking around slamming doors. Boom, 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 slamming doors, running dudes in their room. Y'all get in the room, man. So these folks come in here and do what they do so y'all come back off of lockdown. And the maintenance crew was actually in the salad port. That's the door from the inside of the dorm to the outside. It's a section in between those two doors. That's where the maintenance crew was waiting at. It was two guys, man, and it was a maintenance man. They call him maintenance man. They don't really do nothing, bro. The inmates do all the work, bro. They just come around and monitor them. They'll sit down and watch them while they do everything, make sure they ain't doing nothing crazy. Just supervising them. That's all they doing. So she pretty much came around, locked the door. She reached in my room. She was like, where your bunk mate at? I was like, I don't know. She looked on the floor. It's like about 3 dudes out there. She was like, man, if you ain't in your room, man, you ain't coming to your room, you get locked out. Boom, she slammed the door. I hear him out there. Hey, man, they my room, man. They my room, Carter. They my room, man. They my room. She was like, all right, you locked out now. You know what I'm saying? You going to have to stand by your door till I go deal with the next side and I go back in the booth. I tell the open the door. So he's like, man, just tell her to pop the door. So I'm looking through the window. He like, man, he go to the booth. He telling her, hey, pop the door, man. Pop the door. So she's like, come and stand beside your door. Anyways, he came and stand beside his door. And the other two dudes, she put him to stand beside their door or whatever like that, bro. Anyways, bro out there for like 30 minutes, bro. The maintenance crew, they came in here already. They came in here and they started downstairs. Down on that left-hand side downstairs, messing with somebody locked. They were doing something to somebody locked. Somebody locked was messed up and some more toilets and stuff. So they were just going around the dorm. Usually, like I said, when your stuff mess up in the chain gang, bro, you might just put in a report. You tell the officer, and they'll put in like a maintenance report, and they'll go into the maintenance, and they'll come orderly. You feel me? They might have some more stuff to do before that. So once they in the dorm and they doing their thing, he's standing by the door, and I'm standing up at the window. He's like, man, I'm trying to come in the room, man. She just got me standing right here. If I move and I go downstairs, old girl in the booth gonna be tripping. I was like, bro, you probably just got to stand right there or whatever like that. So anyway, maintenance crew moving around. I guess the officer went back in the booth because I hear the door pop. Boom. Door pop. He opened the door. open the door, he come in, he pulled the door just a little bit up. You know what I'm saying? It looked like it's closed. So I heard the officer, make sure y'all lock them doors, man. Make sure y'all lock the doors or whatever like that. So anyways, he ain't locked the door, bro. He just standing in the door. I went and laid back in the bunk like this. He looking outside the door and stuff like that. But I guess the maintenance guys, they hadn't came upstairs on outside. So I see him peeking through the door every minute. Peeking through the door every time, bro. And it was this white dude on the maintenance crew. I knew him from the county jail, man. Stan was pretty cool. Stan was down there working on the door. I asked him, I was like, which white dude it is? Like a skinny white dude with tattoos and stuff? He's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, man, Stan. I know Stan from the county. Stan pretty cool. Well, bro was just looking out there every second. He's like, man, Ruben, I'm finna bust a move. I'm like, what you got going on? He's like, I'm finna bust a move real quick. I see something. I want something. So I'm like, shit, all right, bro. Anyway, boom. He ran out of the room. He ran back real fast, bro. Ran back real fast. And I seen him with something. He like this. I mean, look at this shit. It was a sander blade, bro. I was like, what the hell? This man got a whole sander blade. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, hell yeah, boy, I need this. I'm finna go out there and make all type of tools. I'm finna make all type of tools, bro. I'm finna be like these folks over here. Just like these folks. And he pointing this way, you know what I'm saying? You had the Hispanics, they slept beside me right there. And this all these folks do, bro. Like I say, it's like a machine workshop over there. Some days you just hear, that's all that's going on. And you see one of them posted up outside. Every time the police coming in or something, I get ready to come in, they'll pop, pop, pop. You know what I'm saying? Let them know, like, hey, tighten up. So he was on goddamn cloud 10 that he done came up on something like that. So anyways, bro, when he did that, when he came in, he had locked the door back. So when he locked the door back, I seen Stan, when we in there talking, Stan come to the door. He like, hey. He's like, hey, bro. He's like, man, you can't do that, bro. They gonna, you know what I'm saying? That gonna get us messed up, bro. So Rich was like, man, I don't know what you talking about, bro. You know what I'm saying? So Stan like, man, that thing you just took off the cart, he ain't really trying to say what it is. He's like, bro, just get back to me. Let me put it on the cart, bro. I'm telling you, these folk gonna go crazy about it. They've been watching that type of stuff because they found one during the shakedown a couple weeks ago. So they like, man, guys is actually bringing these stuff to fellow inmates or selling this stuff to fellow inmates. So they trying to get that off the board, bro. Cause you know, with that sander blade, bro, there's a lot that you could do. You could cut a lot of stuff up and you could sharpen up a lot of stuff, bro. Thick metal and all that type of stuff. Stuff that will take guys weeks to make, bro. They could make it within a couple of hours or something like that with that blade, bro. Guys gonna work their magic. So he like, man, I don't know what you talking about, man. I don't know what you talking about. I don't know nothing. So I'm sitting down on the bed. So he's like, man, Jamaica, what's up, man? I was like, what's up, bro? I ain't seen you in a minute. He's like, yeah, bro, I seen you on the walk the other day. But I tried to holler at you, but you ain't hearing me or whatever. Yeah, I said I seen you the other day when you went over there to G2. I was like, damn, that boy Stan out here. We're on the maintenance crew. He's like, yeah, man. He's like, man, bro, you gotta goddamn give that stuff back. So they did go back and forth for a minute. Your bro like, man, I ain't giving you nothing. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Anyways, bro, maintenance crew goddamn do their thing. They leave. They pop the doors and let us back out. As soon as they let us back out, little bro took off. He had that stuff he pushed down his pants. He took off. Went by his business. I guess he went to show his homies that he done came up on something valuable for them to use. And he did his thing or whatever later on that evening now. Boom. Unit manager came down there, bro. Unit manager came in. You know who it was. Debo. You know what I'm saying? Debo on the walk, man. That's all you heard. Debo on the walk, man. Debo on the walk. And he was walking with the maintenance man. Man, this man, I'm on the rail chilling. So I'm on the rail chilling. I could see Debo from way over there through the glass at the front. I could see him. So he run. When he heard Debo, he was in the room over there. He ran out the room. He came this way. He went looking. He was like, man, Jamaica, where Debo at? I was like, he right there. He was like, damn, man, you with the maintenance, man? I was like, hell yeah, bro. He's like, god damn, man. That white boy done told on me, man. White boy done told. But this what it really is. Like, these folks be checking stuff off, bro. When they go out with that maintenance card, they pretty much check all them tools, bro. That what Stan was telling them. And when they go back in, that maintenance man gonna check all that stuff again. So if anything come up missing, bro, they gonna have the press, especially when it's something like that, bro, that could cause just crazy damage, and you could use it to make all type of crazy weaponry. So they came down the walk, boom, came in the door. McFarlane came in there. Say, hello, fellas. Hey, fella, everybody get on the dough. Everybody get on the dough. Everybody get on. I don't care what you doing. Everybody get on the dough. So he went to giving his little speech, man. He said, earlier today, the maintenance crew came in here, man, and something came up missing. Something came up missing off the maintenance card. So right there, My bunkmate, he beside me, he's sweating bullets. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at him, man. He damn near shaking like a leaf on a tree, man. You know what I'm saying? He looking for the officer or Debo to be like pointing at him and telling him to come in or come up to the room. But I knew he had to move that stuff out of the room, bro. He looking for Debo to come up there, but Debo never said nothing about his name. So obviously, Stan didn't really tell on him. It probably when the officers was checking off, they noticed that it was missing. And he there shaking, acting nervous. Debo like, listen, man, y'all finna go on lockdown. I need that. So people in the dorm like, man, what you talking about, man? What you talking about? And then you see them guys started, you know what I'm saying? You know, guys telling guys like, I think bro guy didn't move something off the cart. Some people probably peeped it because guys were standing in their window while everybody was locked down. So some guys probably seen when he bust that little move, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know he told some of his homies. So you see them, they talking like, Debo like, man, listen, man. Some people asking what it is. He's like, man, I ain't got to tell y'all what it is. Y'all know what it is. It's in this dorm. I need it. You know what I'm saying? He's like, y'all got 5 minutes. I'm finna go in the boot. If I come in this dorm and it ain't on this table, y'all going on lockdown. Boom. So he left out the dorm. When the GD's like, man, what going on in here, man? What y'all got going on? And he's like, bro, it's a lot to lose in here, bro. It's a whole lot to lose in here, man. We ain't rocking like that in here. We ain't moving loose in here like that. We had stuff to lose. Then you hear guys talking about, man, this chain gang, man, we just got to chain gang it out. So people was like, man, we finna go on lockdown, man. We just was on lockdown recently for a good little minute. Y'all got to know how to move if y'all busting a movement. Now guys was really in the open talking and guys actually knew what was going on. I seen guys looking at my bunkmate when he was standing up there talking to his homies. You know, I'm peeping the scene of everything. They're looking at him like, yeah, he the one to have it. But anyways, bro, 5 minutes passed, about 7 minutes done passed. I'm looking at it, bro, on my watch. I'm looking at my watch, like, damn, about 7 minutes. You see Debo in the boot like he getting ready to come out the boot. He come out the boot, boy, he come back in the door. He's like, man, I don't see nothing on my tables. He's like, everybody step behind the door, man. Everybody step behind the door. Dudes are like, man, hold on, officer, man. Hold on, Debo. Hold on, man. Hold on. Don't do us like that. He's like, man, everybody step beside the door, man. Boom. Him on the officer. The officer was on one side. He started on one side. But they just started putting people behind the door, locking the doors, bro. Boom, slamming the doors. Boom, slamming the doors. They go and slam the doors. They lock all the doors downstairs. They come upstairs. My bunkman, he's like, God damn, man, ain't no way. Them folk them guys came down on that like that so fast. I was like, bro, you should have known that. That's a valuable piece of stuff to have in the chain gang, bro. If they lose that, bro, they know the type of damage you could create. So you already know what's coming behind that, bro. They came, lock all the doors and stuff like that. He really was worried. He's like, man, I think he told on me, bro. I think he told on me. He's like, man, rude boy, you ain't got nothing in here, do you? I said, I do have something, man. You know, I kept me my little tool, bro. I kept me a little something, but I had a little spot in the room for it. I had found me a little spot, bro. That was, you know what I'm saying? It was convenient because I did get popped by Debo like a week before that, bro. That man woke me up out my sleep. You know what I'm saying? What's under your pillow? That's how he came through 2 o'clock in the morning. So when I had caught me something new, I had figured out a little spot. A buddy of mine here put me on a little quick little spot. He's like, bro, this is some little quick stuff if you need to put up real quick. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing crazy. But I'm like, man, I'm good, bro. He's like, man, they probably finna come shake the room down, do all this, do all that. So anyways, after McFarlane lock all the doors, bro, Debo lock all the doors. He like, look, I'm going to give y'all now. I'm going to give y'all till tomorrow. I'm going to come back tomorrow morning, man. Come back tomorrow morning. If that stuff ain't been slid under the door, y'all already know what it is. I'm finna come down here. I'm finna tear the dorm up. So anyways, they leave, bro. You hear guys under the door talking through the door. Like, man, god damn, man. Come on, man. Y'all could have did that shit a little bit better, man. Y'all got to know how to move, man. There's no way you could have did it better, bro. Them folks going to figure it out. Once you take it off that cart, bro, these people are already going to know what's going on. Everybody putting their own little 2 cents. You hear guys like, man, we got stuff to lose, man. You hear the Hispanics, they're like, man, come on, man. We don't do all this bullshit in here, man. Everybody got stuff. A lot of guys in there was moving a lot of work, bro. You know what I'm saying? They had a lot of stuff coming in that G building, bro. It was kind of like the pipeline for a lot of the compound, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It was the pipeline over there. So guys was talking about that, man. Too much to lose, man. Y'all just slide that shit, man. Slide that shit. Niggas like, man, nigga ain't gonna tell nigga what to do now. That's what you had some of the Bloods do. They started saying, y'all ain't gonna tell niggas what to do now. So niggas like, bro, listen, bro, we ain't finna be on lockdown about no BS, bro. Y'all better slide that, bro. So anyways, guys going back and forth like that. Anyways, me and little bro in the room talking. And he's like, man, what you think I should do, bro? I was like, bro, it's on you, bro. I can't tell you what to do. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you what to do. I know one thing. I probably would have never went out there and got it because I already know how that work, bro. You've been down here. You've been in chain gang. You know how it work with the maintenance crew, bro. You know them folk be checking stuff off. If you can't holler at one of the maintenance man directly, bro, and pay him to get something for you, you can't go stealing it off that cart, bro. They got cameras and stuff. I think the cameras in G-Billing was pretty much kind of messed up at this time, bro. Because I know they was going to review him. And that's why he was still worrying and fretting the whole time. He's like, man, they finna come and get me, bro. As soon as they look at them cameras, bro, they finna come and get me. Or that white boy gonna tell, bro. I'm telling you, he gonna tell when they put the pressure on him. I was like, man, if Stan ain't tell by now, Stan probably ain't gonna tell, bro. So anyways, he was back and forth to the door, hollering his homies and stuff. You know, they talking in blood code. A lot of stuff I could understand at the time. A lot of stuff I couldn't understand, but they talking in code about what's going on, stuff like that. Anyways, bro, next morning, boom, officer came in there. She was like, y'all get dressed for inspection. So everybody like, man, we on lockdown. So guy was like, man, just get dressed, man. Get dressed, man. These folk probably finna let us off, man. They probably finna let us off. Anyways, everybody get dressed, standing behind the doors or whatever like that. Next thing you know, bro, CERT team. You know what I'm saying? I heard somebody, CERT team on the walk, man. CERT team on the walk with that cart. That boy Debo with him, man. Debo came in, bro, with the CERT team. You know what I'm saying? About 6 of them guys, all black. You know, they be having all them little kneecaps on, elbow pads, all this crazy stuff. The time they had them big old white boys down there. All them dudes was big on that CERT team, bro. Boom. Everybody standing on the door. Boom. They came through, bro. Boom. They went to eyeing people, stuff like that. Boom. Y'all come right here. They took 2 people from one room. Boom. CERT team went in there. They put them down and sit down right there. They tell everybody, lock behind the doors. They went and tore a dude's room up. Boom, boom. It was 2 GDs in the room, bro. They looking highly pissed, bro. They looking mad as ever. Because, mind you, they ain't got nothing to do with this, bro. You know what I'm saying? The blood dude stole this. GDs ain't got nothing to do with this. But they know what's going on. They go tear their room up, bro. They went to like 2 Hispanics' room, bro. And when they left, they found 2 phones, bro. 2 phones, and they found some work. And the Mexican got knocked off of some too. You know what I'm saying? So 1 Hispanic went to the hole, bro, and 1 GD went to the hole. So them folk were like, man, Debo gave another speech in there like, hey, I'm telling y'all, man, I'm gonna shake y'all down every day until I get that. He's like, I need that. I need that. I need that. I need that. I'm gonna shake y'all down every day till I get it. Anyways, bro, boom, they left. People started talking on the door again like, man, listen, man, folk just got knocked off, bro. What y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna pay for that? You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to tighten up, man. Y'all need to slide that stuff, bro. Them folk for to come back and shake down again. Then you hear other guys like, man, if I get knocked off, bro, y'all already know what it is, bro. I'm finna pop on that shit. So guys just started talking crazy to each other behind the door. My bunk mate, he in hell. He like, man, fuck them, man. Fuck them. They chain gang, bro. Deal with it. Deal with it. And plenty of times I had to deal with stupid stuff. GDs done did, a Mexican done did, and got the dorm locked down. He pretty much trying to make an excuse for what he did. I was like, bro, hey, kept asking me all the time what I think you should do. Don't ask me, bro. You know what you should do. I can't tell you to give it up or keep it. That's not my position, bro. Your homies could tell you that, or your big homies and stuff like that. And the blood dude that was over at the dorm at the time like that, he really wasn't saying much because you had one of the GDs shouting at him through the door like, hey, bro, come on, man. You need to out there and tighten up, man. Y'all need to handle that, man. They back and forth the whole day on the door and stuff like that. Next day, bro, about 1 o'clock in the evening after they fed their little lunch, came through, bro. Them folks had trays sitting out there, down there all day, bro. Feed us that cold-ass lunch and stuff. Debo came back, bro. They pop all the doors. We just heard the doors pop. That man kind of just snuck in the dorm, bro. I don't know if everybody just ate and went right back to sleep, but we just heard all the doors start popping. Airlocks start releasing. So, you know, people getting up, bro. People coming outside. You see dudes come out there at their door in their boxes and stuff like that. No shirt on. Dudes come out in their shorts, pants on, no shirt. So everybody like, man, what's going on? We off of lockdown. We off of lockdown. Fallen came back in now. He like, look, I'm going to let y'all off of lockdown now. Y'all got 2 days to produce this stuff, man. And store day was the next day. He's like, no store ain't coming. Ain't no commissary coming. If it don't come tomorrow, man, you got 2 days. But that commissary was tomorrow, bro. He's like, man, if I don't get it by tomorrow, y'all ain't getting no store card, man. Boom, the whole eruption started again. Guys in there, they're like, man, listen, man, we need that store card, bro. Because if you know G-Billing, bro, it was pretty much the slums over there. bro, 3/4 of the dome is on store restriction, bro. You could count the few folks that actually went to store in G Building at that time, bro. Real Thunderdome, bro. Guys in there really just cashing out because they can't go to the store, bro. They get a $25 green dot. They go to the store, man. They cash it out. You might get $17 in food. Some people might give you $15 in food, bro. You cash out a $30 dot, you might get $17 worth of food from that. That's just how it goes. That's the food hustle. And that's why you always gonna have guys in there eating off the food like that, man. So anyway, man, McFarland gave his speech and he left out. So when he left out now, you had guys actually like strapping up, bro, putting their shoes on and stuff like that. So one of the Hispanics, he seen him pull up on the blood. They went to talking, bro. Then the GD went over there. They went in the room. They went to politicking and stuff like that. Boom, they come back out. I see the blood dude. He called my roommate, like, went down there, like, they in the room talking and stuff like that, man. GDs, you had some of them posted up. Hispanics, they posted up. They mad. One of the GD and the Hispanic just went to the hole behind this stuff, bro. Lost phone, lost tools, and lost a little bit of work, bro. So you know they upset. The Bloods didn't lose nobody, and they the one that actually caused this. So these folks trying to put some pressure down, like, man, what's up, man? Y'all folks gonna pay for this type of stuff or what? Man, my roommate came back up there where I was standing on the rear. He's like, God damn, man. Like, God damn. I was like, what y'all gonna do? He's like, man, homie don't want to goddamn come off that. Cause homie, like, man, he said his homie was on some stuff like, you know what I'm saying? They need the tools. They need to make some tools because they at a disadvantage in the dome. The GDs are super strapped up. And the Hispanics, bro, you know they strapped. You know what I'm saying? They got them tall things like this. Big, long machetes in there, bro. Now, hey, when you see them pull them things out, bro, it make you think twice about life, bro. It make you think twice about the bad decisions that you made to end up in chain gang, bro. When they pull them things out, bro, everything just flashed between your eyes like this. Like, hold on now. When it got this far. Yeah. So they was like, they're at a disadvantage. They need to make some tools. They need this. They need that. But again, the GDs and the Hispanics, they're like, bro, listen, bro, we done took an L already. What y'all gonna do? Y'all need to do something about this, bro. So anyways, they in the dome, they talking to everybody like, man, we trying to get that store tomorrow, man. We trying to get that store tomorrow. So the Bloods, I ain't gonna say they was pressured because it really was, you had guys in there like pretty much like on guard. You know what I'm saying? But it really wasn't just no major standoff like that, bro. But you kept seeing a whole bunch of funny movements going on. Everybody pretty much on guard, bro. Hispanics on guard, Blood on guard, GDs on guard, Muslims, they on guard too. You know what I'm saying? They was on guard. There were like 2 Muslims in there, bro, at that time. It was only 2 Muslims in there. So, you know, they pretty much kind of in their little corner, bro. On guard, same way. Couple Crips in there. They doing their thing, bro. But it was mainly the GDs and the Hispanics that was pressuring the Bloods. Like, bro, y'all need to turn this over. Y'all need to make this straight. However y'all need to make it straight, bro. Because these folks talking about putting us back on lockdown and coming shake back down again. So, anyways, bro, my roommate's like, man, we finna go out and use it real quick, bro. We gonna miss that store call tomorrow, but we gonna use it real quick and turn it back in. You know what I'm saying? We trying to use it whole day tomorrow if we off lockdown. So I'm like, man, this man here crazy, man. But exactly, that's what they end up do, bro. Debo ended up coming back the next morning. He was like, hey, what y'all gonna do? Folk like, man, ain't nothing on the floor, ain't nothing been slid onto the door. Nothing like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, he did his little inspection and stuff like that, bro. And left the dorm. He's like, look, y'all going back on lockdown tomorrow, man. Y'all ain't getting that store today. I'm just letting y'all know. So I don't want nobody bothering my officer, asking my officer where the store card at. How you ain't getting no store card? Y'all already know why y'all ain't getting no store card, bro. Yeah, they know. You heard that thing in the dome, bro. I knew that sound. I heard it right across the way right there. They done hooked up that sander blade, bro. They done hooked it up on that fan, and they was going to work sharpening some stuff, bro. I said, man, these folks is off the chain, bro. These folks is actually already using this. They damn using it before they turn it in, bro. And then you see the GDs and Hispanics in the dome. They pissed, bro. They mad. They mad, bro. Later on that night, bro, it damn near about, listen, bro, big old standoff in there, bro. You know what I'm saying? One of the Hispanics, bro, he was walking around looking crazy. He's like, man, this is bullshit, man. This is bullshit, man. This is bullshit, man. The homie got knocked off for his phone and stuff, man. One of the other dudes got knocked off for their phone. And y'all in here playing, man. Y'all in here playing, man. We need to get this in order, man. Y'all need to turn this over tomorrow, man. Turn this over tomorrow. So now, you know, you seen the Bloods. They had a little bit more buck in them. You know what I'm saying? They trying to buck a little bit more because I guess they had to sharpen some tools and made some bigger tools throughout that day that we was off, bro. So they doing their thing or whatever. They talking crazy, all that. The GD dudes, man, he was on the floor. He was dead serious, man. He's like, look, man, y'all better turn that in tomorrow, bro. You know what I'm saying? I pray these folks keep us on lockdown, bro. It's going down. So one of the little blood dudes, he like, man, shit, go down right now. You go down right now. But you had the Hispanics, bro. And then you have these GDs over here. It ain't like they come together or nothing like that. But they both on the same page. They on the same page about this issue, bro. They on the same page about this issue, bro. And on the blood dudes, he went and talked to GD and the Mexican again, like they did the first time. They come back out. Everybody pretty much stand down, but they still on guard about the whole situation, bro. Boom, anyways, they came in, put us on lockdown, whatever. My bunk man like, yeah, man, we finna turn it in the morning, man. Hopefully they let us go out for breakfast. I'ma just go out there and try to slide it in the window to the boot. I was like, yeah, boom, that's what's up. He up all night talking about all the tools that they made and all this type of stuff. I'm like, listen, bro, y'all just need to do what y'all gonna do, bro, because I really truly believe that if y'all don't turn this stuff over, bro, you know what I'm saying, these folks got in probably gonna pop on y'all. So he was on some stuff like, man, you think we going out bad? I was like, hell nah, bro, y'all ain't going out bad. Y'all already used it. Y'all already used it. I said, bro, you really got to think about it, bro. These folks done lost phones and tools. And the Mexican done had one person went to the hole. And the GDs done had one person turn to the hole, bro. That's a lot for them to pop. That's a lot for them to pop, and that's a lot for them to go at it. He's like, yeah, bro, you right. You right, bro. And I'd be damned, bro. At breakfast in the morning, bro, I was going out to breakfast too, bro. And when you got up, it was still tense, bro. Boom, everybody go out there on the walk. Boom, I seen him when he was going through the door. Boom, lift up that stuff while the officer was looking over there on the other side. Boom, drop it in there and just kept moving, bro. Boom. Come back from breakfast, everything, bro. Later on in the morning, they called for inspection and stuff. McFarland, he came in there. Everybody was pretty much ready for inspection, bro. Guys was telling guys like, yeah, it's done. Bro, then turned it in and stuff like that. McFarland, he came in there. He's like, all right, now, y'all don't do that no more, man. Anytime my maintenance crew come in here doing anything like that, I don't want nobody messing with the carts or going nowhere around the carts, bro. I don't want nobody going nowhere around the carts. Y'all should already know this. Nobody should be stealing nothing off the carts. Y'all do it again, man, I'm either on lockdown for 3 months, man. Y'all do it again, I'm going to make sure I lock y'all down for 3 months. And I'm like, damn, bro, I need to get away from the south side. I need to get to the north side somewhere, bro, because this is like a problem dome, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's cool at times, bro, but it just go from 0 to 60 real quick, bro. But that was kind of crazy, though, bro. That was kind of crazy. They did that, though, man, and let that slide like that. I'm glad it didn't pop, though. I'm glad it didn't pop, bro. But them folks really felt some type of way about them folks losing their phones. And whenever you in chain gang, bro, and that could cause a lot of violence, bro, and cause a lot of war when another group do something for another group to get knocked off, bro. And especially if they ain't lose nothing, but they the cause of the problem. That would cause a lot of friction. And sometimes a lot of guys be like, bro, it's chain gang. You got to deal with it. What? It going to be times when GDs might mess up, Bloods might mess up. It might be a civilian that mess up in the dorm, bro. Get the dorm shaking down. I ain't going to lie to you. It might not be pretty for him, but yeah, it do go like that sometimes, bro. Anybody really could mess up, though, bro. But I'm glad these folks didn't go at war. I'm glad they didn't pop. I'm glad little bro ended up turning that thing back in, man. But that's the story for today, man. Appreciate y'all. Hope y'all enjoy the story, man. I appreciate y'all checking out the channel, man. A lot of love, a lot of peace, respect, man.